In this video, you will be learning about what front-end development is. After watching, you should be able to understand the simple definition of front-end development, the technologies used in front-end development, the tasks involved in front-end development, the difference between front-end development and web design, the spelling of front-end. Front-end development, also known as client-side development, is a category of web development that refers to the work involved in creating, developing, building, and maintaining what users see on their end of the website, the graphical interface, and the visual elements of websites that users interact with. The front end of a website should be easily usable and achieve a good user experience. A person that specializes in front-end development is referred to as a front-end developer. Without any front-end development, websites would consist of code that is only decipherable by web developers. Front-end development allows users without knowledge of code to use websites and web-based applications. For example, Google Apps and social media sites, such as Facebook and Instagram, combine both front-end and back-end development in order to make their web-based applications usable by all. Now, more information about front-end development will be explained. Front-end development is the opposite of back-end development, also known as server-side development, which is a type of web development that focuses on what users do not see on a website, such as the programming and database aspect of creating a website that works behind the scenes to deliver information to the users. PHP is an example of a back-end programming language as it runs on the server before the web page is displayed to the end user in order to generate dynamic content, and the PHP source code cannot be seen in a web browser. Examples of front-end elements of a website include user interface elements, such as nav bars, buttons and links, audio and video elements, areas that allow users to input data, such as forms, text areas, graphics, and website themes as these are visible to users. Technologies used in front-end development. The technologies used in front-end development include HTML, hypertext markup language. The basic markup language used for websites. It consists of hundreds of different elements and tags used to instruct the web browser on how to display content and other elements. Without HTML, it would be impossible to build a web page. In HTML, markup refers to the tags assigned to elements of a text that define how the page should be displayed. Hypertext refers to the hyperlinks that a HTML page may contain, allowing references to be created to other pages that the reader can immediately access by clicking on them. The latest version of HTML is HTML5, which was released as a W3C recommendation on the 28th of October 2014. CSS, cascading style sheets. A style sheet language that is used to define how HTML elements are displayed in a web browser. The styling rules of style sheets cascade down from several sources in order of priority, which is determined by how close the style is to the element. Styles of a higher priority will overwrite styling rules of a lower priority. CSS can be combined with the HTML, externally linked, or individually embedded in the HTML tags, which is known as an inline style. CSS defines how users see HTML elements and can be used to modify the border size, font family, background color, alignment, border radius, and more. JavaScript. A client-side programming language that is processed by the web browser and used to create interactive effects. JavaScript is used by almost all websites and can be used to validate forms, create alert boxes, display web page animations, set cookies, and more. JavaScript can also be used to create dynamic web pages that can automatically change. For example, JavaScript could be used to create a poll that changes based on user interaction, such as the number of users who have voted for a certain option. JavaScript can be combined with the HTML or externally linked. React.js. An open-source JavaScript library used to build user interface components. It was built by Facebook in 2013. jQuery. An open-source JavaScript library used to simplify JavaScript programming. CMS. Using a CMS, content management system, such as WordPress, Joomla, or Wix, is a simple method of designing the front end of a website as it does not require any knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Users can choose from a range of pre-coded templates and edit their web pages in a WYSIWYG interface, allowing website elements to be edited, resized, and removed by clicking a button, representing what they would look like if they were published online. Although this option is useful when there is not enough time to hand-code a website, in the long run, it is recommended to write your own code. By writing your own code, you will have much more control over the front end of your website and will also gain knowledge of programming, style sheet, and markup languages, which is very important if you want to become a web developer. Tasks involved in front-end development. The tasks involved in front-end development may include developing and maintaining the user interface, building the navigation of a website to help visitors find the content they are looking for, ensuring that the design used is responsive and compatible with a range of devices, including smartphones and tablets, ensuring the accessibility of the user interface, inserting, editing, and removing elements of the user interface, such as the buttons and images, testing the website in multiple web browsers to ensure its compatibility, optimizing page loading times, testing websites for user experience, using markup, style sheet, and client-side scripting languages to build websites, such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Working with content management systems, such as WordPress, Joomla, and Wix. Determining the structure and design of web pages. Considering the principles of web design, such as the rule of thirds, golden ratio, white space, alignment, accuracy, and consistency. Now, the difference between front-end development and web design will be explained. Front-end development and web design are very similar. However, web design focuses more on the look, feel, and graphics of a website rather than the functionality, which is what front-end development focuses on. Front-end developers are more focused on implementing the design, whilst web designers are more interested in providing the specifications and some of the visual assets for the front-end developer to use. Finally, the correct spelling of front-end will be explained. Front-end can be spelt as front-end when used as a noun, e.g. working on the front end of a website, and front-end when used as an adjective, e.g. a front-end developer. However, for simplicity, the spelling front-end can be used as both a noun and an adjective.